This is my iPad 10th generation. I picked this up about 3 years ago in 2023, and it's been a great tablet ever since. I went ahead and picked this thing up as a birthday present for myself in 2023, spending about $350 on it. So I'd been in the Android ecosystem for years at this point, and this was my first introduction back into Apple in years, and so I just wanted to see what was up. The simplification of the Apple ecosystem is something that drives a ton of people to stay with Apple every single year. But for me, a feature that stems from that oversimplification is a reason I'm getting rid of this iPad. Don't get me wrong, I've really enjoyed using my iPad for things like art, doing basic media consumption, and basic Word documents on the iPad are a breeze. Something I really enjoyed was the Apple Pencil. It allows for much more detailed drawings, it allows for so many other things to be opened up, and honestly is a more fun experience while using the iPad. But then doing work became my main priority of my iPad. I went ahead and spent a little over $50 on this Logitech keyboard case to try to get some more work done on this thing. Doing things like spreadsheets and Word documents became a lot of fun and a lot easier to do with the Apple Pencil and the new keyboard attachment. Now for me, I always wanted something more convenient than a laptop. Something I could use in the car real quick, something I could use while I'm on a trip, something I could use in bed, and not having to worry about destroying my $1,000 laptop, getting it all set up with a mouse, getting everything tuned in just right. And so the premise of a tablet that can do computer-like things in a more convenient way had always been a huge draw for me. And unfortunately, that's where the iPad falls apart worse for me. Now for my work and doing things for my business, using something like an SSD is super important. Quickly transferring large files from one computer to another is something that I need on a daily basis and is something that this iPad simply cannot do. Plugging in the SSD, I came to find that the iPad didn't recognize it whatsoever. So okay, I must have to format it a different way, I thought. Very common mistake when using an SSD for the first time. So I went ahead and did some research and found which formats are compatible with the iPad, formatted it into that format, and still nothing. Doing a little bit more research, I found this iPad's fatal flaw, the extremely underpowered USB Type-C port. And for me, coming from the Android ecosystem, USB Type-C was one of the main reasons I went ahead and picked up this iPad. But unfortunately, Apple cheaped out with a very poor quality USB-C that simply cannot handle SSDs. Apple says that the reason you're not allowed to use an SSD is because the USB Type-C port simply doesn't have enough power.
So what Apple says to do officially is actually kind of insane to me. Check this out. However, some USB storage devices may require more power than the iPad can provide. In some circumstances, you will need to use a third-party powered USB-C hub, or a hub that supports USB power delivery. Okay, so do I need to plug one of those into the wall or to external power for them to work? So if the things plugged into your USB-C hub exceed that, they won't work. Using an externally powered USB-C hub will overcome that limitation. Okay, so how much is one of those? Okay, they recommend Anchor, $40. $50. Okay, how much is the official Apple one? $70 to plug it into the wall, to plug it into the iPad, just to use a USB SSD. Come on, Apple, like seriously.
I'm not gonna sit around an outlet every single time I need to use an SSD, and that defeats the entire purpose of a tablet for me. That throws away the great battery life advantage this iPad has over my laptop. I can't use it on car trips because I need to be plugged into the wall to use an SSD, so I can't just quickly transfer things over when I'm moving from location to location. And if I want to be lounging around doing some work on the tablet, I always need to be plugged in, which has become a deal breaker for me. So instead of spending more money to get this iPad to do what it should have out of the box, I'm switching. I'm going to be exploring other tablet options, and I'm going to be finding the best productivity tablet that I can find. I'm going to be doing as much research as I can to find the best productivity tablet under $400. So I want something I can use with no limitations, something I could use anywhere I go, and something that has everything I need and want. Now the first step is getting rid of my iPad to get some money back for the new tablet, so I can use that money towards the best tablet I can find. Let's go.
Okay. So they offered me $150 cash, which isn't crazy. If I wanted to take a cash offer, I might consider it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna head over to Best Buy and see what kind of offers they can give me for a trade-in, and I might go ahead and pull the trigger on a Best Buy tablet today.
So I've been doing some research to find which tablet does exactly what I need, and I'm finding that Samsung might be a great option. Look at these USB transfer speeds, up to 5 gigabytes per second. That's insane.
See if we can get out of here with a new tablet and a decent offer to sell this damn iPad, bro.
Sync validation.
So I've been waiting like an hour now for somebody to help me. Still no dice. I'm spending $300 on a tablet. How long does it take to get help at Best Buy? So I waited for over an hour at Best Buy for somebody to help me, and they just told me pretty much that they can't help me and I just need to order the one I want online.
So after doing quite a bit of research, I went ahead and landed on the Galaxy Tab S8 as my new future tablet. This tablet's incredible price to performance is ultimately what landed me on this tablet. I picked this up on Best Buy's website for a little over $300. For $300 with the Tab S8, you're getting 120Hz refresh rate screen, Snapdragon Qualcomm 8 Gen 1 processor, which is still a very competent and powerful chip to this day. The only main downfall for getting the Tab S8 in 2026 is that it's losing support within the next year or two, which isn't the end of the world for me because the apps I use for work are going to be supported for years to come. The free S Pen included with the Galaxy Tab S8 is also incredible. For example, you can hover over something and scroll down like a mouse would. When you're using a browser, you can go ahead and hover over it and use it like a mouse. And the button on the S Pen is also incredibly helpful. You can use it similar to a left click on Windows to go ahead and drag and select a bunch of things at once. Another incredible perk of the Samsung tablet is that I can have animated wallpapers with Wallpaper Engine, and the feature that I look for the most on this tablet is the incredible USB-C port. This USB-C port features USB-C 3.2 Gen 1, which can handle transfer speeds up to 5 GB a second. So if you guys want to go ahead and spend a little bit more money to get a better quality tablet, I would recommend the Galaxy Tab S9. The Galaxy Tab S9 features almost everything I mentioned here, but with a little bit of a better chip and a little bit longer of a support life. I found these for around the $400 mark, and that's a tablet I would definitely recommend since it's just a better version of this incredible Tab S8. Let me know what you guys think about this transition in the comment section down below. If you enjoy tech videos just like this, I would recommend checking out my EDC video where I show off all of the tech in my bag on the end card right now.